Hello. How are we doing today? Well, my name is David, and I've been doing a couple of videos here for the last month or so. I am a new beekeeper, and I'm going to go through my beehives this morning, or I should say early afternoon. I think it's just about noon now. This hive that I'm going into right now is 33 degrees Celsius. So I believe that's somewhere around 98 degrees Fahrenheit, possibly a little bit higher, but it's right in that neighborhood somewhere. So without any further ado, let's see if we can jump in and see how they're doing. Not very many on the top. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know on the left side of me, I have a shelf that I put in, and I use that to basically hold all my stuff. So it holds the top, it holds the top cover here, and they have sealed that down pretty good. It comes in handy for me. One is we have a lot of sand on our property, and I just don't like setting everything down on the sand. And I mean, you could dust it off, but the chances of you getting all the sand off isn't the greatest. So I built these shelves so that I could keep everything off the ground. So this top box here, I put in a little over a week ago, because the bottom box, they had completely filled in all the frames. So I didn't want them to swarm thinking they ran out of space. So I did put this box in. So let's just keep on moving. I am going to try to keep this fairly quick, because it seems like I get into the hive, and even though I've been in the hive several times, I just find it extremely fascinating that the bees, what they do on a daily basis here. And I tend to stay in the hive longer than I need to. I've actually been averaging about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So I just want to come in and see what they have going on here. I don't expect to see too much on these frames, especially the outside ones, but they are on them. This is the outside, so we'll have to see what's going on, which is a good sign that they're on them. They may or may not have anything on these. I don't see anything from the top. Oh, look at that. They have already started to produce on them. Some nice cone on there. I love how white it is. Brand new cone. For some reason, I'm going to see if I could you can see that the frame has come out. I'm going to see if I could pop it back in, and okay, I'm not sure how that happened, but All right, well, that's a good sign. And I did not have any smoke with me today. I do have some sugar water that I made about 11 o'clock this morning. So they will be getting fresh sugar water if I do spray them. You can see the cone on that one, and just to give you a different angle on how high that is, I think you should be able to see it there. It sticks out pretty far. If they're building honey on that, that's going to be a lot of honey. Go ahead and drop this one back in. The other two frames I did put on my shelf. Again, that's what I built it for, was to hold the stuff that I take out of the hive. Oops, just smashed the bee. Sorry, guy. Didn't mean to smash you. Okay, this one I believe is they're coming to my hand for some reason. I don't really have anything on it, but they're just checking me out. So out of the two hives I have, this is the actual stronger one. And as you can see, I pulled it away, and it looks like they had honey down there, and it must be dripping down at the bottom somewhere. Interesting cone structure there. Not sure how that happened. And on the back side, doing very well. Again, you can see that it is very thick. I don't expect to see the queen up here. I do see a lot of new cone though. And it seems like they did attach this to the bottom frames. I could feel it pulling. Oh. It looks like they produced two frames together. And I just pulled them apart. Yes, they did. You can see the honey dripping. So the bottom is full of honey. It's kind of interesting to see how they did this, but that's the mess I created. It is full of honey, and it is dripping everywhere. So they are not producing in any specific pattern. They are just building. Almost looks like a heart there, huh? Okay, I need you guys to clean up that honey I spilt. Can you do that for me? So if you know why they have attached the frames to the bottom frames, please say so in the comments below, because I'm not sure why they would do something like that when they have all this room. Again, you can see where they attached it. They are producing a lot. This is completely full of honey. You can see how shiny it is in the sunlight. Piece of cone just fell and it is full of honey. It fell from right there. So I guess they must have been a little bit of a space in there, and they went a little crazy with it. So again, on the bottom, full of honey. And on this side, it is also full of honey. You can see if it's pretty shiny. I wasn't expecting to get too much honey this year, being that it's my first year with the bees, and because the winter lasted so long, I wasn't expecting it. But you can see it's pretty empty on that side. I got one bee here checking me out. He's in my face a little bit. I have not sprayed sugar water on him. And this is the inside. And I have not done any smoke. So as you can tell, they are pretty calm. To the point where I actually probably would feel pretty comfortable coming into this hive with maybe just a hood on, no jacket. Might even not wear gloves, but just not there at the confidence level yet. And that's the 8th frame, so they've actually started on the 8th frame. Frame number 1 is still kind of empty. So looking good there as far as them producing. I'm really surprised that they have produced this much in just a little over a week. I did manage to get some honey on me, so they are cleaning house a little bit. And yes, I can actually feel them walking on my finger and through the glove. And this guy over here. Oh. So because I haven't given them any sugar water and I haven't done any smoke, they are trying to see what I'm doing, because I can see them flying around me a little bit. I haven't gone unnoticed. Okay, I'm trying to put these back in without doing too much damage to what they already have in a cone. So I think the next time I come in, this might be, I would say, pretty full. I would not be surprised if the entire frame on every frame is pretty full. I was not expecting to see this much cone on here. But then again, this is my stronger hive of the two. So I am glad and happy to see that they have started to produce. And in the top of this one, you can see that the drips of honey, and the bees are already cleaning it up. So I think what happened is the top had no spacing, but I think the bottom may have had some spacing. Therefore, it left a bigger gap on the bottom. I'm not sure how the spacing got there, but I would think that they would be straight. You can see them on my tool. This is how I smashed you guys last time. So let's get you off of there. There you go. Sorry, but I need the tool. I don't need to be smashing you guys. I am not going to the bottom one. I'm mainly doing this inspection to check this top hive, the top box here. I wanted to see how they were doing, and I think they're doing very well. I'd say probably in another week, putting another small box on the top. I'll check that out next week, and then the following week we definitely will put the other box on. So if you're a new beekeeper and you've come across my channel, welcome. If you're an experienced beekeeper and you come across my channel, welcome. With your experience though, there might be some of us that are fairly new at beekeeping and would really like to hear from you about some of the things that you see us doing correctly or wrong. So I know as a new beekeeper I have a lot to learn. And maybe you're seeing me doing something right now that is not right. Currently right now I'm just trying to get them to close the gaps so they'll stop building them together. So they did do on the inside of frame 2, but there is nothing on the outside of frame 2. And on frame 1, the inside is completely empty and the outside is too, but they seem to be on the outside for some reason. Not sure why. I could hear a different hum from them, which I didn't hear when I first started. I guess that's a big thing, is listening to them, hearing the different sounds. So I'll give them a little sugar water. You know, thank you for letting me in. Thank you for not swarming on me or coming around me to where I felt like I was being attacked. Let's see if I get a little on this side, see if they'll run over to this side at all. You know, I sprayed these last time, and I'm wondering if that's where all the new cone is where I sprayed last time. They've all been flying around me. They all left. So very easily to put this back on, and hopefully they'll be able to seal that right back down. And just so you're aware, it's 38.9 degrees Celsius outside the hive. So I believe it was 33 when I opened it. So it is relatively cool in there compared to outside. And we'll give them a little water on the outside. Okay. All right, the only thing left for me to do is put a strap on this one, and then I'll move over to the second hive.